at it again. And, I was thinking, and, since the media always accuses Trump of being this big liar, he lies about everything, and Joe Biden's this saint, apparently, according to, leftist media, because they never report on anything he's ever done wrong, right? I guess we'll do it here today. Leftist media won't show you this, but I sure will. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. And let's take a little trip down memory lane and check out the real Joe Biden in all of his lies. Let's dive in.
Democratic presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Gladys the first woman in her family, in 1,000 generations, to be able to get to university?
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania don't come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground, and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
The notion that every thought or notion or idea you'd have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
The problem here is that Senator Biden told his audience he'd just been thinking about these things, and he failed to give any credit at all to his famous British speechwriter.
I was thinking on the way over here. Now that's a little too much, because, as you point out, what's behind the words? What's there? And a lot of people, the rap on Biden has always been that it's just a surface.
I should have said, to paraphrase Neil Kinnock, it's the only time I didn't, and all the times I've ever used it.
But CBS News found a tape of a second instance.
It reappeared in the New York Times with a new charge, that Biden had appropriated a famous litany from the late Robert Kennedy about what the gross national product cannot measure.
It cannot measure the health of our children,
The health of our children,
the quality of our education,
the quality of their education,
the joy of their play,
or the joy of their play.
Biden gave Kennedy no credit. He is also quoted or
Caught lying, then lied about being caught lying and said that, that was the only time he did it. And then he got caught lying again. This guy has been a liar since day one, and that has not changed.
paraphrase John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, all without credit.
Joseph Biden admitted today that he committed plagiarism when he was in law school. He said it was a mistake, but that it was unintentional.
He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
He was given an F.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb.
To the political community in Washington, it all seems of a piece. Plagiarism at law school, plagiarism on the stump.
The great communicator. Strike that. The great imitator.
You don't steal verbatim, or when you do, as he did 99% of the time, you give credit.
Biden's critics say he sells himself as a man whose words and visions can inspire a new generation in politics. But if the thoughts, phrases, and visions really belong to others, it's a form of false advertising.
Is it a wise idea, though, to take something that personal, anyway, from another politician and try and appropriate it to your own campaign?
I think it was a stupid thing to appropriate material that was really very personal, that was someone else's.
Most people didn't know who he was, Joe Biden, and now they're going to say, oh yeah, he's the guy who plagiarized.
That's a lot of people.
Politically, that's devastating.
These clips are devastating. He looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out.
If they're going to do things that are stupid as well as immoral, then they're probably too dumb to have the job of president.
Voters are going to have to decide whether he was dishonest or dumb.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and, in fact, ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Joe Biden was victimized by the truth.
Bye-bye Biden. He may not know it yet, but I think this is going to be very difficult for him to recover.
Is Joe Biden dead meat, yes or no?
I think so.
Bob?
It's in terminal condition.
Terminal. Eleanor?
Yes, unless he comes in third in Iowa.
Morton?
Dying.
I say dead. We'll be right back.
Since the media at large won't show you that stuff, I guess I have to. All right, can we get back to when the media was honest? Like what you saw there? Can we get back to that, please? Right, when all of media was just honest and just reported on things that happened. Right? Can we just get back to that, please? But, you know, Fox also ran a segment recently on some of his lies. They're going to hate this video. Check it out.
From his cultural background to his education and experience, Joe Biden claims to have lived and witnessed it all. He's had more than 9 lives. But did he really, Will?
Yeah, so in fact, this week he told Howard Stern that he was arrested during the civil rights movement off of the front porch. No record of that arrest. So let's add that to the long, growing list of Biden's fictional resume. And let's go off the wall to see if we can keep track of everything about Joe Biden. I mean, the resume is getting long, from his ethnic background to his educational achievements to his blue-collar work.
And this one right here, I mean, his uncle probably eaten by cannibals. We're going to get into what the Pentagon said about that. I mean, if that happened, it would certainly be in the Pentagon report, World War II.
Let's start with his ethnic background. I think at this point he's claimed Italian, Puerto Rican, Greek, Irish, Jewish, Catholic heritage.
And raised in the black church,
right?
By the way. Watch this.
I got my education for real in the black church. And that's not hyperbole, it's a fact. I was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community at home.
He said that he has gone by Bidenopoulos.
Yes.
People referred to him as Bidenopoulos
because he's so Greek. He was simultaneously raised in the black church and the Puerto Rican community.
Yeah, that's right.
In Scranton.
Right. He's also claimed affiliation and relationship with both the Italian community and the Jewish community.
Not hyperbole. Anytime someone tells you not hyperbole,
it's
folks,
a fact.
Just a fact.
Right.
You ought to believe him. Here's, I think, what we believe the fact is.
Primarily associated with his Irish roots.
Which is what he also calls out is, hey, I'm Irish. Right. So he can be whatever he needs to be on any given day. It's a good pandering politician knows how to peddle a line. It's just when you're the president of the United States and you claim 6 or 7 different lineages, maybe we should call that into question.
All right, let's go now from his background.
We're staying on background, just a different type.
Well, this is, whenever he says true story, Pete says, if he says true story, also your antennas need to go up. Because true story about his uncle, one could call it fantastical.
Mm-hmm. Down in New Guinea. And they never found the body because there were a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
For real. It's always followed by a for real, or it's true, or I'm not joking, or it's not hyperbole. So Biden's account is that his uncle, who's was part of a World War II crew, shot down, of course, not supported by any military reports or records. The Pentagon doesn't mention anything about cannibals, nor is there any evidence suggesting it. So maybe it was family myth and family lore. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, Finnegan is his uncle's last name. Was shot down.
Hero.
Pentagon says over the ocean, no evidence of anything to do with cannibals. And this has put us a little bit at odds with New Guinea. They took a little exception to this.
New Guinea has not liked this. By the way, on a serious note, he said similar things about his son, Beau Biden, who he said was killed in Iraq, who he was tragically lost his life in another way. But on the military, he's been loose with things for a while.
All right, I think we're moving to his education now. Joe Biden has quite the academic record, according.
Y'all get the message, okay? This guy is a proven liar. Proven liar. So much so that even CNN at one point called him out on it, which I was shocked by. I was shocked that they actually aired this type of segment. Check it out.
President Biden said that he stored the documents in filing cabinets that could be locked.
All the stuff that was in my home was in filing cabinets that were either locked or able to be locked.
Just not true, John. This report from the special counsel includes photos of a box just sitting in President Biden's Delaware garage. And that open, unsealed, damaged box included, according to the special counsel, highly sensitive, top secret material about the war in Afghanistan.
Another claim, none of the documents were highly classified.
None of it was high classified. Didn't have any of that red stuff on it. You know what I mean? Around the corners?
Also not true, John. The special counsel's report says that the president possessed multiple highly classified documents that were indeed marked as being highly classified documents, including some marked as top secret /SCI, one of which contains highly sensitive info about military programs and another that contains info about sensitive intelligence and sources and methods. They were clearly marked as highly classified. Biden's own handwritten notes from his time as vice president also contained highly classified info.
And then the third claim, he did not share classified information with a ghostwriter on a book he was working on.
I did not share classified information with my ghostwriter. I did not.
The special counsel did say that explicitly. Mr. Biden shared information, including some classified information from those notebooks with his ghostwriter. So there it is in black and white.
Yeah. Now, that shocked me, right, to see CNN air something like that. And I'm sure they had a meeting afterwards, like, don't ever do that again. Right? Because you don't get that type of honesty. You really don't from, especially leftist media these days. I would even argue some right-wing media is hard to get the truth sometimes too, but most definitely you don't get it from leftist media. So I guess it's my job to show who the real Joe Biden is, because they won't do it. So here we are, man. Here we are. A proven liar. They always try to call, well, Trump's a liar. He lied about this. He lied about that. Even Rachel Maddow. I forgot what it was, but Trump was giving some type of speech, and she literally cut into, his speech or whatever, and said, hey, we're not going to air this speech because, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically she said they weren't going to air the speech because Trump could be lying, there could be some misinformation, and if there was anything noteworthy, they would present it to the public. So I wonder if they're ever going to do that for Biden. Because as you guys just saw, he's a proven liar since day one. You saw the old clips. You saw the newer clips. Nothing's changed. But will he get the same treatment as Trump? Of course not. Of course not. We all know the answer to that one, unfortunately. But as always, y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.